I have not touched a single bench press, dumbbell press, or even shoulder press in over 9 months. I have not trimmed my upper body in a traditional gym in almost a year now. And my chest, shoulder, back, and arms have never looked better. And here's the part that's gonna sound impossible. I bought back over 5 hours in my week by doing this. The body looking so much better in half the time. And my testosterone is higher than it's ever been in my life. If you're over 30 and you've been told that you need to live in the gym to look and feel good, this is the one video you actually need to watch. Let me show you exactly why. If you're over 30, working a real job with a real family and responsibilities pulling at you from every single direction, your time is your essence. Every hour you spend in the gym is an hour you don't spend with your kids, an hour you don't spend with your wife, on your career, on your sleep, on the things that actually make you the man that your family needs. And the lie the fitness industry sold you is that you need to give 8, 9, or even 10 hours a week to look and feel good. That could have been true at the age of 22. It is most definitely false by the age of 35. I'm going to walk you through exactly how I left the gym, how my body got better and not worse, how my testosterone went up and not down, and how I gave myself over 200 hours of my life back by doing this. For years, I lived in the gym, 2.5 hour upper body sessions minimum, and leg days could take well over 3 hours. Doing this 5 days a week. Yes, I was disciplined and I was consistent, and I got a decent baseline physique because of it, but I knew something was off. I was doing everything feeling like, damn, what am I doing wrong, you know? I felt like I was leaving mad results on the table. I felt like I was putting in so much effort and not getting the results for the effort I was putting in. It all started when I hit 125 kilo bench press PR. I was gassed. I was over the moon at the time when I hit this. As you do, you want to progress, you want to get better. So I tried to do 130 kilos, but I failed. I failed again and again and again. Over the span of 2 years, I failed this 22 different times. Only 2.5 kilos each side. Not a lot of weight, but I kept failing. I did everything to hit it. I bulked, I cut, my form was perfect, but I kept failing every single time. I tried to do everything in my power to do so and nothing was happening. Then I decided to do something so desperate. I decided to try calisthenics. Just doing 2 basic movements, bodyweight pull-ups and bodyweight dips. I was doing this 3 days a week, 5 sets of each till failure, and doing this on top of my regular training. I was able to get 6 pull-ups with terrible form, and I was able to hit 10 dips. Within 2 weeks of doing this 3 days a week, I was doing about 13 pull-ups in a row with great form and hitting about 17 dips. After the 2 weeks, I went back to the bench press. I hit the 130, light work. I was like, damn, that's all it took? And that's not even the craziest part. Another 2 weeks later, a month after doing calisthenics, I hit 135. In my mind, I'm thinking like, what's going on? So 1 month of bodyweight movements, I unlocked 2 years worth of stalled progress. That's what broke something open in my head. Then I started experimenting, combining bodyweight calisthenics with weighted calisthenics, the dip belts, the weighted vest, the rings, all of it. And in this process of experimentation, I stumbled upon a method of training called metabolic stress training. And I noticed something I'd never seen before. The shorter and more intense my sessions got, the pumps got better, the strength went crazy, and the aesthetics of my physique was looking insane while spending less time. So I started shortening the sessions deliberately. Higher intensity, less rest, compound bodyweight movements, stacked back to back with minimal break. Then I ended up stumbling upon a method of training that was working so much better than the 2.5 hour gym sessions in only 20 minutes. It didn't take too long before I stopped going to the gym completely for my upper body. No bench, no dumbbells, no shoulder press, none of that. Just bodyweight calisthenic movement. The right exercises with the right order with no rest in between. And this allowed for my chest, shoulder, tricep, back and bicep to look better than they ever did while pumping iron in the gym. And here's where this gets really interesting. The science on what made the short, intense sessions outbuild the long, heavy sessions for men, especially over the age of 30. This system has a name, and once you understand this, you will never train the same again. It is called synergist pre-fatigue. It is the most underrated training principle for men over the age of 30. Every compound movement has a target muscle and a helper muscle. The helpers are smaller, which should tend to fatigue first. For most of your training life, your helpers would be the limiting factor. You stop the bench press set because your tricep gave out, not your chest. You stop the pull-up because your forearm gave out, not your back. The fix for this is to exhaust the helpers first. So when you get to the main movements, the target muscle has no choice. It has to recruit the most amount of muscle fibers to work on its own. 4 bodyweight exercises in a specific order, each one designed to exhaust the helpers for the next. Your push day looks something like this. Dips, pike push-ups, diamond push-ups, regular push-ups. Back to back to back to back, no rest. The dips hammer your chest and your tricep. The pike push-up shifts the load to your shoulders and hit your tricep again. The diamond push-up makes your tricep the primary mover. Now that they're destroyed, by the time you get to a regular push-up, your tricep and your shoulders are gone. Your chest has no helpers left, so your chest has to do the work. And at this point, it recruits more muscle fibers than it ever would during a regular bench press or a regular push-up. Now those 4 movements back to back, that's 1 round. You're gonna do this 4 to 5 times total. And this takes 20 minutes, and in 20 minutes, you're done. You're out of there. The pull day has the same principle. Close grip pull-up, exhaust your forearm. The chin-up exhausts your bicep. Now, when you get to your standard pull-ups, it forces your lats to work alone. And then we're going to finish off with Australian pull-ups to hit our mid-back and also our rear delts. Again, this session takes 20 minutes. But this is the part that ties this together for a man, especially over the age of 30. This is the one concept I need you to understand. These exercises run back to back. Constant tension, no rest. What happens is the lactate builds up, the hydrogen ions flood in your muscles. That metabolic environment triggers type 2 muscle fibers to recruit and sends a massive spike in growth hormone. High intensity, short duration, that's the magic ratio. You're not just building muscle, you're producing growth hormone, and you're not crashing your testosterone. Here's what the fitness industry doesn't want you to know. After about 45 minutes of intense training, your cortisol level spikes. Cortisol is your stress hormone, and it directly suppresses testosterone. The guy training for 90 minutes is spending the last 45 minutes actively destroying the one hormone he's coming there to build. He might be working so much more harder than I am, and he's getting worse results simply because his hormones are actively working against him. The short 20-minute session is over before cortisol even kicks in. You walk out with your testosterone at your side, still at its peak, and you walk out feeling more like a man, not less. Now for legs, I completely scraped the 3-hour leg sessions. Finito. Out of there. That hammering of the central nervous system, that week of dealing with soreness and having testosterone that never recovered had to go. I switched to metabolic stress training. Lightweight, high reps, high sets. Similar concept to the push and pull days, short, very intense sessions. The pump builds up, the lactate is flooding, your muscles are burning, and in that burn, your muscles release growth hormone in waves that heavy weight at the age of 42 simply does not produce. Science is the same as the upper body. Lactate accumulation and metabolic acidosis trigger type 2 muscle fiber recruitment and a growth hormone spike. The difference being, on leg, we're chasing that metabolic environment with light weight, whereas in our upper body, we're chasing it with little rest in between our compound movements. The exact same biological signal, just a different delivery. 40-minute sessions 2 times a week, that's your legs. That's a lot of time saved down from a 3-hour leg session with heavy load. Here's the part that most men miss. Your legs are the largest muscle group in your body. When your legs grow under metabolic stress, the whole hormonal environment shifts. Your testosterone is climbing, your growth hormone is climbing, your insulin sensitivity improves. Your body composition shifts faster than any amount of upper body work alone could drive. So that's the full week. 2 upper body sessions twice a week, 2 push sessions, 2 pull sessions. Each session takes 20 minutes. And then 2 leg sessions at 40 minutes each. All of that in about 2.5 hours training for the whole entire week. That's a lot of time down from 8, 9, 10-hour training weeks. Let's stack all that together. Short but intense sessions, cortisol stays low. Compound movement, the highest testosterone stimulus. Metabolic stress training on legs, a huge growth hormone surge twice a week. Then when you pattern your sleep, 70% of your daily testosterone is made during deep sleep. Not light sleep, not broken sleep, deep sleep. So we protect that window by pairing ashwagandha and magnesium glycinate before bed. Ashwagandha kills cortisol. That's the hormone that's been silently eating at your testosterone for years without you even knowing it. The magnesium glycinate pulls you into the deepest state of sleep that you ever had, and then pair that with a morning stack of Tonga Ali, maca powder, and vitamin D3. Taking these 20 minutes after you wake, they work on the master hormonal control system and lift production of testosterone throughout your morning peak. Stacking all of that together, testosterone is climbing, growth hormone is climbing, your recovery is deepening, your cortisol is falling, and this is what makes a man over 30 feel how a man over 30 should feel. Energy when you wake up, not depending on coffee. Have a drive throughout your day, the thing that used to make you chase. You have elite strength in your session. Your movements are moving a lot easier than they did a year ago with the exact same weight. You recover extremely well overnight. You wake up rebuilt, not broken. You got presence in every single room that you walk into. Your wife having that feeling that she did when she first met you. That kind of presence that doesn't need to announce itself. This is not just a body thing. This is a hormone thing. The body is the receipt of that. And here's the thing nobody tells you when they sell you a gym routine. I used to train 8 to 10 hours a week. That's without the conditioning, plus the extra time driving to the gym, trying to find a parking spot, getting changed in the changing rooms. Realistically, it could have been up to 15 hours of my life every single week going towards that. Now I only train about 2.5 hours a week, going to a park a 5-minute walk from my house, doing about 4 sessions a week, 20 to 40 minutes per session, doing sessions that could be done at home, in your hallway, in a park, in a hotel, even in a gym, which is not even required. That's at least 5.5 hours back every single week. That's 250 hours plus a year. That's 10 full days of my life back, which I could spend in my work, with my family, in my faith, in my sleep, the things that actually matter. And the best part, my physique has never looked better while doing it. Less time, better physique, more testosterone, And that's the trade most men over 30 don't know that they can make. Do not have a time problem, you have a system problem. And once that system changes, the time problem disappears. For example, look at my client Kenny, 55 years old, came to me 12 weeks ago, could not do a single dip or a single pull-up. His sleep was broken and he had a belly that was grown for over a decade while working a job in a sedentary position. 12 weeks in, 4.5 kilos of body fat dropped. He's now doing 8 clean dips. He's now able to do 3 clean pull-ups in a row. His hormones are optimized, feeling better than he did in the last decade. My man Rod, 58 years old. At the beginning, he couldn't believe 20-minute sessions could deliver. And in only 5 weeks in, his physique has completely changed. His sleep has completely improved. His drive is through the roof. And his performance is getting better on a consistent basis. My client Aaron, 26 years old, felt flat. He felt his body was not reflecting the amount of effort he was putting in his training. And within 8 weeks, we dropped down 4 kilos in body fat while his physique drastically improved. His strength went up, his numbers went up, his physique went crazy. And when he went back doing traditional gym movement, his numbers went through the roof. Different ages, different lives, different starting points, same system, same results. This isn't just theory, this is exactly what's happened throughout my roster of clients right now. If you've recognized yourself anywhere in this video, the link below is the next step. Fill out the short application, it only takes 3 minutes to do. It tells me where you are, what you've tried, and exactly what you want. If we're a fit, we'll get on a quick call and I'll walk you through what your method of being activated looks like. Train less, recover more, and grow more. At the age of 30 and above, that is the only path. The only question left is whether you're that man that's ready to do the work. Click the link and I'll see you on the call.